There we go. We are live again. Hi, everybody. Happy pre-holidays. My name is Miracle. This is a pronunciation workshop. There will be evidently 3 of them today. 3 of them. So this is the first of 3. I will go ahead and give you a brief introduction. With these pronunciation workshops, my goal is to assess the students who attend, to understand what their challenges are with pronunciation, English language pronunciation, and to help them speak more clearly, more confidently, more accurately. So that is the goal. The issue with pronunciation, it's interesting because a lot of times there will be CDs and books and recordings and materials that people can use supposedly to help improve their pronunciation. But the thing that those materials do not take into consideration is the fact that you really have to assess the individual needs of the person who's learning. So if you don't assess the individual needs of the person who's learning, how effectively can you really assist them? How much can you really help them? That's my question. All right, so I am going to get someone's here.
Hello, Miracle. Glad to see you.
Good to see you too. 1 second.
Oh, I don't hear you.
Can you hear me?
What happened?
Hello? Hello? Oh, it looks like my audio's working. I believe my audio is working. My little green light is moving, so maybe she's having an issue. I don't know what that's all about. Okay, so maybe she'll come back. Let's get...
I'm here. Something strange happened.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes, yes.
Okay, good. Very good. Okay, so this is Ileana, and this is... Oh, it's Natalia today, not Alex.
Not Alex, Natalia. Hello.
Hi, Natalia. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing great. It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
And this is Ileana. Have you met her before?
Well, sorry, I don't feel well, and I understand and I badly understand today. And
Ileana, I am saying this is Natalia. Have you met Natalia before?
Yes, I have met her.
Good, very good. Okay, so Natalia, did Alex tell you what we do in class?
Yes, I know.
Okay, good. So you're not afraid. You're ready to try?
Yes,
Good.
I'm ready to try.
I'm so glad. Very good. Okay, so today, guys, I want to share. Hi, is it Pavel?
Yes.
I remember. I'm getting good at this.
Yes. Hi.
Hello and welcome.
Oh.
Thanks.
Let's see. This doesn't look very good. Let me see. Do you guys see my screen? I'm trying to share my screen with you.
Yes, I see.
Yes, I see.
Yes, I
Yes,
see,
but it's
too
cutting.
small.
Yeah, it's too small. Okay, let's try this again. Is it bigger now?
Yes, it's a bigger now.
Good. So you can read it?
Yes, I can.
Okay. Natalia, Pavel, can you read this? Is it big enough for you to see it?
Yes, big.
Yes, it's
Ah,
too big, I think.
it's too big. Is that better?
Yes.
Oh,
For me,
okay.
no.
Okay. All right. So what I want to do is uh, the first 2 days that we had lessons, we practiced sounds. We practiced a tongue twister. I taught you some vowel sounds. Today, I would like to work with you on reading. So let's start with Iliana. Do you see this paragraph here? Whoops, there we go. That paragraph there, the second one.
I see, but it is too small for me,
Okay, let's see.
especially today. Okay?
Let's see. Hold on 1 second for me.
Yes, yes, I see.
That's too big.
No. Oh, a little bit. Oh, So,
Is that
so,
better?
I can see now, okay?
Okay, please read this paragraph starting with the.
There. The manufacturers say that in 2030, consumers developed 70,000 metric tons.
Let me get you to slow down. I think you're trying to read quickly. I want you to really look at the letters that you're seeing. This word here, this is not developed. What is that?
Devoured.
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 And
Devour.
I hear you using your air as you're reading. It sounds very nice. The air is flowing very nicely. This date, instead of 20, say 2000, and then what is this number here?
13.
Yes.
13.
Yes. Okay, let me get you to start from the beginning and read a little slower, please.
The manufacturer says that in
Not says, not say.
say. The manufacturers say that in 2013, consumers devoted 70,000 tons more cocoa than was produced.
Okay,
And
this word here. What is this?
Metric.
Yes, not meter. Metric. Yes, very
Metric.
good. Okay, the next sentence, and while.
And while having a couple of years of chocolate deficits,
Let me show you.
deficits.
Yes, good for you. Good job.
I'm blind a little. Deficit would not be a matter of concern. Experts say that this is the worst streak of supply-demand imbalance they have experienced in more than 50 years.
Yes. Okay, so let me show you something that will really help you with your pronunciation. When you have words, let's take this one. Okay, 1 second. I'm trying to remember. Okay, this one. Okay. So, guys, when you have an English word, the first thing that you want to do is make sure you understand the vowels. And Ileana, I think you have a better awareness of the vowels. The second thing that you want to do is determine the number of syllables.
Syllables.
Syllables. Let me type the word for you. Syllables.
Syllables. Syllable.
Does anyone know what a syllable is? Natalia or Pavel? Do you know what a syllable is?
I know.
Can you describe it, Pavel? Can you give me a definition?
I think syllable is a part of a word.
Yeah.
Actually, the word consists several or one syllable,
Mm-hmm.
and in every syllable there is one vowel.
Yes. Very good. Okay, Pavel, how many syllables are in this word? Mm-hmm.
Deficits.
And
Three.
the word that I typed, Natalia, she showed me with her finger. Natalia, how many?
One.
I think
Yeah.
three.
The word cat is the word that I typed.
It's
Okay.
one.
In this word, how many syllables?
One also.
Right, exactly. In this word, let me go back to Ileana. Ileana, how many syllables are in this word?
I listen only one. Deficits. Deficits. One.
One.
Okay, cat has one.
Get one. Make one. Deficit. Two. Once two syllables. Deficit has two syllables.
Okay. Natalia, what do you think?
Three.
Pavel
D.
says three. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So let me try to explain. Let me open my camera so you guys can see me too. There we go. Okay. So, Ileana, a syllable is like a beat. So,
I know what
cat.
is it. Okay.
Uh-huh. Okay, so deficits. It has three beats.
Deficit.
Mhm.
Deficit.
It
I
has.
I don't notice this word. I don't recognize that this word.
So you have to start feeling the beats or the syllables. It's not important that you know the word. You want to understand the syllables. That's what. Let me show you.
Deficit.
Yeah.
Deficit.
Yes.
Mhm.
Deficit. Okay.
Okay. So de is the first syllable. I,
Deficit.
the second syllable. Sits, the third syllable.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So when you don't know a word in English, well, let me try to explain this another way. To speak English more clearly, the first thing that you want to do is understand. The first thing that you want to do is understand all the sounds in the English language. The
Okay.
second thing that you want to do is determine the syllables in the word.
Okay. Okay, I understand. I read very quickly without a consciousness.
Right. So if you start to read with more consciousness, that's a good word to know. If you start to read with more consciousness, you will have more confidence when you read,
Okay.
and you will read more accurately. The third thing that you guys want to do is determine the syllables that receive emphasis. So in the word deficits, one
Deficit.
of those syllables receives emphasis. It's more important than the others. Deficits. Which syllable, Ileana, do you think receives the emphasis?
The first syllable is emphasis.
Hmm.
First.
Mm.
Okay.
Pavel says that it's the hardest part. A lot of times it is. What you want to listen for, because Russian doesn't have this. You guys don't, when you speak Russian, your voices don't go up and down like this. So you
No.
have to start listening for those sounds. That's our emphasis. So I said,
Just
that's
press.
our emphasis. The way that my voice goes up there, that lets you know, oh, that's the emphasis. So when you think emphasis, it's not becoming louder. It's not becoming stronger. It's where your voice goes up, like this. That's where your emphasis is. Deficits. Da, da, da. My voice goes up there. It's a really important part of English. Ah, you do have the same thing. It's not quite the same, Pavel. You have something similar where you give it stress, but you don't stress the same way that we do. For instance, a student who speaks Russian, they might say something like, "Hello, how are you?" You hear how my voice goes up, but it sounds a little stuck. It doesn't sound free. When you go up in Russian, it's very different from what we do in English. Hello. Hello. You hear the difference?
Yes.
So there are some things that are similar, but what we are trying to do is find those things that are different and help you to create the same sound that Americans create. It's possible. You guys can speak English very clearly. I know people say it's impossible. If you're not born in America, you can't speak English clearly. That's not true. It's not true at all. You can absolutely speak English clearly. You have to listen more closely, and you have to try little changes. There are little things that you can do to change your pronunciation. Okay, let me stop talking and let me ask, do you guys have any questions?
Oh no, it's very clear.
Okay,
Thank
good.
you for explanation.
You're welcome. Okay, I want to try another word with you, Ilyana, and then I want to let Natalia try. Here, let's try this word here. Okay, now I don't want you guys to answer for her. Let her try this one on her own. So, Ilyana, look at this word.
Okay.
How many syllables in this word?
I suppose 4.
3.
Okay.
3.
3?
No, Pavel, guys, don't answer for her. I want her to do it. Let her do it. Okay, so what are your syllables?
Sorry, we don't say the last sound. E.
Yes, but I want you to do it on your own because I want you to learn. If I give you the answer, you don't learn. So it's really important that I let you do this on your own. Okay? And then if you make a mistake, then I will help you to find your mistake because I really want you to learn how to do this on your own. This one is a little more tricky. Ilyana, I'm sorry. Yes, Ilyana, how many syllables in this word?
I suppose 3. If I right.
Okay.
Am I right?
What is you're right. What's your first syllable? What does the first syllable sound like?
X,
Second?
B.
Oh, actually, I'm sorry. It's not 3. It's not 3.
Not
It's not 3.
next. X,
Fear is the next. What's the
Yeah.
next one?
X, Experienced.
This is a little tricky. Let me show you why. No. I gave you a hard word. Let me show you why this is a little tricky. Guys, in English, sometimes we repeat consonants. Yeah, I gave you a hard word, Ilyana. I'm sorry. Sometimes we repeat consonants. So let me show you what's happening here. We repeat the R when we speak the word. X,
X,
here.
P,
Mhm.
Yes.
Read, do you see that? We pronounce the R 2 times.
Okay. Experienced.
Yes, so this word actually has 4 syllables.
Okay.
Repeating consonants is something we do a lot in English. A lot. More than you would ever imagine. We do it all the time. So when you see a word and you say, wait, Why are they pronouncing it differently from me? Consider the fact that we may be repeating a consonant.
Okay.
Mm.
Very interesting.
You see, you wanted to say experienced, experienced,
Mhm.
experi.
Experienced. Experienced.
Very
Experience.
good. Very good. Okay. Do you have any questions, Ileana?
Oh, I need a lot of practice.
It's okay. These are things that people don't normally tell you about when you're practicing English. They just say, oh, repeat after me. Oh, very good. That's all they do. They just say, oh, very good. But they don't actually tell you what's happening with the language. And that's what I'm trying to do for you guys.
But it's not
Okay.
easy. It's not easy to have a good pronunciation. It's not easy. It's a big job.
No, it takes a lot of time. It's a lot of hard work. I can tell you guys that I just spent 3 months in China. I just got back like 4 days ago. And my goal is to speak Chinese clearly. So I was in school 4 hours every day. I did 4 hours of homework, and then I had a tutor who worked with me for 2 hours with my speech every single day, 7 days a week.
Great.
And I still do it every day,
Oh,
7 days a week. So I know that this is hard for you guys, but you should know that you will get really good results. If you stick with it, if you keep practicing, you will get really good results.
oh, thank you.
You're
I'll
welcome. And I will be here to help you. Okay, so let's do this, Natalia. Let's get you to read this paragraph from the word part to the word production. Do you see that?
Uh,
Oh,
yes, I see.
okay.
No,
Okay.
now I don't.
Do you see
Part,
my screen? Oh, I'm sorry. Wait. Okay, do you see my screen?
yeah,
Okay.
yes.
So please just start reading, and I will ask you when I want you to stop. I will tell you.
Part of the reason for the disparity is the large reduction in supply caused by a prolonged drought in the West African countries of Ivory Coast and Ghana, where more than 70% of the world's cacao is produced. Additionally, a nasty fungal disease known as frosty pot has destroyed 14 to 40% of global cacao production.
Okay, I want you to stop there, please. Okay, so the first thing that I would like to point out for you, Natalia, is this sound. Ah,
Uh,
ah. You are saying this when you're thinking. This means you are reading too quickly because you use a lot. Part of the reason for the this will sound like a new word for us. So it can be very confusing when you read and you include a lot. So
mhm.
let me, I know that this is a little, we have this sound in English. Uh, uh,
Uh,
when I'm thinking, we say, something like that. But you are not saying, or you are saying, ah. That sounds like you are trying to make a vowel sound. Like you say when you say about or around. That is the sound that you will make when you want to pronounce that A. So when we hear it can be very confusing if we hear it a lot. So I would like for you to read again slowly and really focus on reading the words Do you hear that? I said not ah, but reading the words as you see them. This word here, whoops, I'm sorry. Can you read that word, the last one that I typed?
Long,
Right.
prolong, prolonged,
Yes. Good job. Okay, and this word.
Hana,
Ah, this is weird because
Ghana,
yes. It's weird because GH is not something that you see at the beginning of many words in English. So when you have a word that starts with GH, it's not a word that's native to English. We do have words like this.
Lauf,
Right, it sounds like an F because it's at the end of the word. Or this word, the GH is silent.
both,
GH is silent. Bow.
bow,
Yeah. Yeah. You guys have to remember that English is not a pure language. English consists of, or English comes from French, Italian, Latin, Spanish. We borrow words from many languages, so we have really strange rules sometimes. Okay? And this word here, how many syllables in that word, please, Natalia?
4,
The first.
this,
Next.
par, re,
Right. You have to repeat the R. Good for you. Good job.
C.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, that P-A-R actually sounds like pair,
Hair,
disparity.
disparity,
Yes, I know it looks like disparity, but it's actually pair, disparity.
disparity.
Very good. So let's get you to read this paragraph again, but read it more slowly so that you don't use this ah sound when you're thinking. Try that again, please.
Oh. Part of the reason for the disparity is the large reduction
Slow down, slow down. Hello, Emil, welcome.
It's actually pair.
Okay, can you mute your microphone, please, Emil?
So let's get you to read this paragraph again.
Emil, could you mute your microphone? We can hear
This
the video playing.
sound when you're thinking. Try that again, please.
Emil, could you close your microphone, please? We can hear the video playing.
Is the large reduction.
Slow down. Hello,
Emil, can you hear me? Okay, Emil, I'm sorry, but since I'm not getting a response from you, I'm going to have to close your microphone. I'm not getting a response from you at all. So I hope you don't think I'm rude. Okay. All right. All right, Natalia, could you try again, but read a lot more slowly.
Part of the reason for the disparity is the large reduction in supply, caused by prolonged drought in the West African countries of Ivory Coast and Ghana, where more than 70% of the world's
Slow down.
70% of the world's cacao is produced. Additionally, a nasty fungal disease known as frost spot has destroyed 40 to 40% of global cocoa production.
Okay. This C-O-C-O-A, it actually sounds like cocoa.
Cocoa.
Yes, the A is silent. Sometimes when you see
Coat. Coat.
Mhm.
Coast.
Yes. Sometimes, Emil, could you please mute your, yes, please. Okay, the OA sound, when you see them together, they will usually, not all the time, but they will often sound like oh.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Coal.
Yes, exactly. I know that it's confusing because we use letters, but we don't always pronounce them. So you just have to get used to the patterns. Okay. All right. Oh, and these numbers.
40. For 40 to 30.
Ah, this number, that first number?
30.
Yes. You were saying 40 to 40.
30 to 40.
Ah, I think it's your vowels. It's your vowel sounds. Let me show you. Let me show you. Where are you? Okay, so for this ER sound, see my mouth? What you can't see is on the inside of my mouth, my tongue is pulled back.
Mhm.
Er. So, for Russian speakers, you guys want to make the sound here. We don't use that at all. We don't know how to. English doesn't have these sounds in the throat. So, pull your tongue back.
Third.
Yes, like that. Yeah, and use your mouth. Third.
Third.
Good job. Very good. So 30,
30.
40.
30.
Whoops. Here. 4. No. The second one. 40.
30.
I'm doing this one.
30.
Or.
Or. Or.
Yes. 40.
30.
What's happening is your 30 and your 40 sound exactly the same to me. Yeah, they sound exactly the same. So what you can do, Natalia, this class, what I'm doing is a little more reading, but in the other two classes today, I will be focusing on the vowel sounds, and I think that that would help you a lot. So if you want to attend either one of the classes after this, we will be working on the 19 vowel sounds of English, and that will help you, I think.
Okay, thanks.
You're welcome. So remember, what you guys have covered so far today is you are looking at your syllables and you're looking at the stress in the word so that as you're speaking, I can understand you more clearly. Native speakers will understand you a lot more clearly if you know how many syllables are in the word and if you know where the emphasis goes. Okay. Do you have any questions, Natalia?
No.
You
Thanks.
did really well. Very nicely done. Okay. Pavel, are you there?
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. Let's get you. Okay. Okay, so she stopped at the word production. So, Pavel, you have been in my other two classes. What can you remember? What can you think
I
about
should
that?
use
Yes,
the
that you need to
air.
think about. You should what?
I should use my air.
Yes, use your air. What else?
and I have to remember about vowels.
Uh-huh. Remember your vowels. We will review
Shortcut,
more of those
and
later. And one more important thing that we talked about yesterday, especially for you.
it's about ER.
Ah,
ER sound. Something like this.
yes, something like that. It's very close. Remember to keep
Uh,
your
keep
throat
my tongue.
open.
Tongue. Uh-huh.
Yes, we talked about the tongue too. We talked about a lot of things. I don't want you to be confused though. So I'm going to ask you, um, um, guys, I am so sorry. Someone just rang the doorbell and the dog is barking. I am so sorry. I'm sorry. She's going to stop and just. Guys, give me 1 second. 1 second. Hold on.
Okay.
Oh, guys, I'm so sorry. Okay. Oh, Jesus. Okay, so the dog will stop barking soon. Okay, so what I want you to do is start from as a result and then read to the
Uh-huh.
end of the paragraph for me.
Okay. As a result, many farmers have switched to more profitable and easier to grow crops like corn.
Good.
This means that even if conditions improve, cocoa production may never get back to normal. The good news is that there are some attempts being made to increase supply, with trees that can produce up to 7 times the amount of cacao beans. But those are not ready for mass deployment yet.
Hmm,
That's it.
that was good.
Really?
Mm, yeah. Okay, let me try to explain what I'm hearing. There's something here. And so there is you're trying to be more open, but you have a little tension in your throat. But I do hear that you are using the techniques that we talked about yesterday, staying open, letting your air move, and you're thinking about your vowels. You are thinking about a lot, but you're also reading slowly so that your brain has time to really think about what you're seeing. Here, let's try this, Pavel. Let's try this. I want you to read after me and try to use. Here, remember this? Remember the paper? Remember I showed you this?
Yeah, I
Okay.
know.
Did you practice with
Of
it?
course.
Mm.
Yes.
So here's the reason that we use paper, guys. For English, we use air. We use air. So if I am speaking like this and my paper does not move, then I am not using air. But when I start to speak
Uh-huh.
more like an American, my paper suddenly starts to move because we use air. So if you hold paper up to your mouth and the paper doesn't move, then that means you're not using your air and your sounds are going to sound sort of stuck. It makes a big difference. So you just get a piece of paper, you hold it like this, pay, pee, pie, pull, poo. And you're wanting the air to move. You want the paper to move. So let's give this a try, Pavel. Okay. As a result,
As a result,
good. Many farmers have switched to
many farmers have switched to
more profitable.
more profitable,
Listen, profitable, profitable, profitable.
profitable,
Aha. And easier to grow.
and easier to grow.
Crops like
Grow.
corn.
Crops like corn.
Corn. Corn. You hear my throat? Corn. Corn.
Corn.
Good. This means that even if
This means that even if
conditions improve,
conditions improve,
cocoa production
cocoa production
may never get back to normal.
may never get back to normal.
Use your lips a little more there. Normal.
Normal.
Good.
Normal.
The good news is that
The good news is that
your short I for the word is, that short I sounded really good. I think you are remembering the vowel sounds that we reviewed before. It sounds good. The good news is that
the good news is that
there are some attempts
there are some attempts
being made to
being made
good, very good, made to increase supply
to increase supply
to increase supply with trees.
with trees
Yeah, use your air. That can produce up to
that can produce up to
7 times the amount
7 times the amount
of cocoa beans.
of cocoa beans.
But those are not ready.
But those are not ready.
But those. So when you close your mouth for the T,
No.
your sound gets stuck in your throat. But those.
Those.
Try the two words together. But those are not ready for mass deployment yet.
For mass deployment yet.
Yes, good job. Very nicely done. Okay, so how do you feel reading? How do you feel reading, like using the sounds and the techniques that you've been learning?
I think it's beautiful because I can hear that my English improved.
Good. Do you
So I like
you remember listening to English and you think, how do they make those sounds? Are you starting to understand better how we make the English sounds?
Actually, I've just finished my audio course and I can't mimic native speaker, but now it's easier.
Good. That's really good. So the more you practice your vowels, the more you practice staying open and using your air, those things will definitely help you. There's more to it. There's a lot more. But those things will give you a very good foundation. Okay, do you have any
Okay.
questions?
No, let's continue.
Okay, let's continue. Let's go to Emil.
Hi,
Hello. Hi, Emil. How are you?
I'm okay, thank you. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Good name. Very nice. Miracle.
Oh, well, thank you. In America, this name gives me many problems. People think it is a joke. They go, that's not your real name. It is. It's my real name.
I have
Okay,
never heard
so
this name. too.
Yeah, there are not many people in America who have this name. Emil, you are Russian as well?
Yes, I'm Russian.
Okay. And how long have you studied English?
I don't know exactly because with some breaks, you know. Now I'm attending the upper intermediate course.
Okay. Maybe you started when you were younger, like a child. You started when you were very young?
Last time it was 5 years ago. I finished the intermediate course. Then there was a break, 5 years, and from since this autumn I started to learn English again. Now at upper intermediate course.
I see. Well, good for you. Good. That's wonderful. Okay, so do you understand what we are doing in this
Yes,
class? How we are trying to improve
yes,
pronunciation?
yes.
Okay. So, let's do this. Oh, let me see. Did that? Okay. So, here's what I would like for you to do, Emil. Am I saying your name correctly? Emil or
Yes.
Emil?
Emil. Emil.
Emil. Emil. Okay. If you could read this paragraph here, starting with meanwhile.
Okay. Meanwhile, the world is only getting hungrier for chocolate. The biggest increase in demand is from the represents of emerging market countries like India. Though the consumption per capita is now here close to the amount Europeans devour. The newly acquired penchant for the treat is making a huge dent in an already tight market.
Okay. This is my first time hearing you. I'm going to ask you to read again so I can make a note of the things I want to help you with. Can you read again, please?
Meanwhile, the world is only getting hungrier for chocolate. The biggest increase in demand is from the represents of emerging market countries like India. Though the consumption per capita is nowhere close to the amount Europeans devour. The newly acquired penchant for the treat is making a huge dent in an already tight market.
They gave you some really tricky words.
Yes.
Yeah, that one was a little tricky. It's a short paragraph, but it was a little difficult. Okay, let's look at these words. Okay, that first word. Do you study French at all?
No.
Oh, in French they say something like chocolat, chocolat. In English, the ch is ch,
Yes.
chocolate.
In Russian, chocolate.
Ah, okay. When you see ch in English, not all the time, but most of the time, it is ch.
Okay. Chocolate. Chocolate.
Wait. Ch. Do that for me.
Ch. Ch.
Yeah, yours is a lot softer than mine. Yours is like ch, 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 ch. Can you close your mouth and really make the sound very strong? Ch.
Ch.
Mm-hmm. And use a little more air. Now this, sorry, this word, say that word for me.
Late.
Right. But for some reason, on the end of this word, it sounds like let.
Late.
Chocolate.
Chocolate.
Yes, instead of chocolate.
Choc-
We don't really say it as 3 syllables. We kind of make it 2. Chocolate.
Chocolate.
Yes, very good. Okay, the next word. The next word. Can you say that word for me, please?
Residence.
Yeah, you said it properly there. I'm not sure what you said when you were reading. I don't think you said that when you were reading.
Maybe
Say it.
maybe I said represents.
That's what you said. Yes, that's what you said, represents.
I missed.
Okay, say the next word for me.
Consumption.
Yes. Before you put an S on the end. I'm not sure why, but you said consumptions. You said that 2 times. I'm not sure why. So just be careful. English is a little tricky. You don't want to add letters or remove them. And then when I say that, I know that English is crazy, and sometimes you do add or remove sounds. So you just have to learn as you go along. The next word is a little tricky for you. Say that for me.
Now here.
Ah,
No, nowhere.
yes. Yeah.
Nowhere.
Very good.
Nowhere.
Oh, you were trying to say now here.
Yes, yes.
Ah, okay. You have to think of it this way. Nowhere.
Nowhere.
Very good. The next word is really strange. It's a word from the French language. Say that word for me.
Devour.
Okay, say this for me.
Hour.
Mm-hmm.
Devour.
Ah.
Hour.
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 Yes, devour.
Devour.
Much better. Guys, what happens is when you bring your sounds down here, it's very difficult for us to hear them. I was in Asia, and there was a girl speaking English. Her English was really good. She had a very large vocabulary. Her pronunciation was nice, but I couldn't understand her well because her sounds were down here. So her pronunciation was good. She couldn't really use her air well. The sounds were stuck here. And I kept saying, "What did you say? What did you say?" It was very confusing. I had never seen that before. The sounds being stuck in your throat will make it very difficult for us to understand you. So, devour, devour. Bring the sound up here.
Devour.
Yes. Okay. Your next word?
Acquired.
Quired.
Acquired.
Not quired. Quired. You're doing like this. Choir. You're doing that. Quired. Quired. We actually make it one syllable. Quired.
Acquired.
Yes.
Acquired.
Like this. Wired.
Acquired. Acquired.
Say this word for me. Wired.
Wired.
Don't say wired. Don't say that.
Wired.
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 Yes.
Wired.
Yes.
Acquired.
Inspired.
Inspired. Hired.
Yes, you're still trying to say hired. 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 Hired.
Hired.
Yes. Yes.
Tired.
Yes. Very good. Very good. Guys, this is a pattern for you to remember with English. This IRE, it confuses a lot of people. IRED, because you guys want to say I read. But we bring it all together. Ired. Ired. If I were to spell it the way that it sounds, It's like this. Ired.
Iron.
Mm-hmm. In. mm, Something like this. Inspired.
Inspired.
Yes. Do you see? Instead of inspired. Inspired.
Inspired.
Yes. Very good. Guys, these are the little things that confuse native listeners. So when we listen and you change the pattern, or you change the vowels, or you change the syllables, English is a confusing language. It really is. There are lots of rules, lots of things to remember. So when you change the rules, when you change the pattern, it makes it very confusing. Learning these little things will make it very easy. It will make it a lot easier for you to communicate and for people to understand you. Okay, let's try. Okay, Emil, please read after me, and I want you to focus on your air as well. Meanwhile,
Meanwhile,
the world is only getting
the world is only getting
hungrier for chocolate.
hungrier for chocolate.
Good. The biggest increase in
The biggest increase in
use your air.
in
In. You hear how I close my throat? In. Try to keep your throat open. In. Yes. Demand is.
Demand is
Yes. From the residents of.
from the residents of
Of. You hear that? How it's a little more open? Of. Better. Emerging.
Emerging.
Market countries.
Market countries.
Like India. Okay, let me say this, and I have to go really quickly. You guys, I have not worked with you before. One thing I want to tell you is a lot of times I will try to make the sound the way that you do so that I can show you the difference. So I want you to understand I am not making fun of you, not at all. What I'm trying to do is help you to hear the sound the way I hear it, and then I want you to change it. So when I say in, I'm not making fun of you. I want you to hear this one is really closed. So not in, but in. I want you to really hear the difference, and that is why I do that. So I want you guys to understand I'm not making fun of you. Okay?
Why just the close in is not right pronunciation for Americans?
No, it's not. It's not. It's a pattern that you have for Russian. You guys do in, seat, v, and you want to change that. Guys, I have to go and start the next class. If you want to join me, please feel free. If I don't see you in the next class, then I hope to see you again soon. It's been a pleasure, but I do have to go. Take care.
Thanks. Thank you.